This is a warning. This episode contains mature themes, including violence, body horror, and death. Viewer discretion is advised.
At the top of the stairs, in between the Fae and unreality, stands a cabal of witches and a single sleepwalker who is sort of numb to ridiculous things happening around her. Elora hands a massive axe to Mona, who takes it and with a telekinetic throw severs the Black Knight in half with such a blow that their essence is shattered and their physical manifestation disbanded. The pieces of the armor clatter to the stairs and begin to roll away.
Not so fast. I bring half of the armor to me.
Yeah, so you immediately start to collect those pieces. As you do, you feel just a wave of tiredness wash over you. And you take 2 points of bashing damage. All of you who are not Mona can see Mona visibly age. There's a huge gray streak that manifests in her hair, and lines appear on her face.
Can I throw up an ephemeral shield around Mona and then everyone?
You can, and that will count as trying to maintain 2 shields. But yeah, you can try to protect them from spirits. The spirits that are here are the Spirit of Salem, one spirit made of many. They manifest as witches throwing shadowy fireballs. They're really only visible to Hah-nah, but everyone else can tell that there is something here because the presence makes the air around you crackle with power and energy. You can see through the realm of death and spirit that the Black Knight is currently fighting with the Spirit of Salem. Some sort of ghostly duel between a shadowy figure with a blade made of darkness and a host of witches. The helmet has levitated to you, Mona.
Okay. Can I axe it?
You can. You can definitely roll a melee attack to hit it.
Is that just 1 die?
Yep.
8. I got an 8.
Okay. So you swing, you hit it. The axe, which is a magic axe and should really destroy just about anything, does not damage it.
Okay.
The helmet flies off and just zooms off of the staircase with the force of the blow, though.
I take it again towards me.
Okay. What's everyone else doing as Mona summons the axe and then baseballs it away?
Okay, so I have 2 spells right now, the Salem spirit spell and ephemeral shield on Mona. Mona, the last time someone got close to that armor, which was me, Black Knight tried to, I think, possess me. So just give you a little shield, but maybe be real careful. It might be a little bit like that axe that Parallax touched that one time.
All right. Well, Parallax, can you just send each part of the armor into different realms?
No. I'm out of magic. I'm missing appendages. Do you not see that? I can't do anything right now. I'm basically going to crawl to a wall, sort of sit my back against it. Maybe actually if Alora's in the corner, I'm going to go to where she's at and be like, this normally doesn't, my adventures normally don't go like this.
Are you bleeding out or are you just
No, you stopped the bleeding the last session, but my arm and leg is still missing.
Okay, let me see what I can do for you.
Parallax, there's a strange thing happening around you. Do you have time sight up by any chance?
I believe I did. Yeah.
Okay. Where you are right now has more than one timeline. And you can see how there is like a giant thick cord of time that's sort of been twisted in half, and there's like a knot over on the side, and then it comes back together. And as you're looking at that, you realize that the knot is approaching you closer and closer.
Wow. I
And
guess I'm just going to embrace it. Yeah.
yeah, it reaches you. All of you see Parallax distort, twist, pull, and snap into a position about halfway between where he was leaning on the wall talking to Alora and where he had been when he was trying to protect you and had gotten his arm and leg cut off the first time. And as the two timelines line up, the two parallaxes smush together into one in a painful amalgamation. Parallax, you now have 4 limbs, 2 left arms, and 2 left legs. Also, you have 2 heads, and both of them are conscious, though one of them is partially melded into the neck of the other parallax. Also, you take 3 points of lethal damage.
Oh boy. I don't know. Oh, wait.
This is not a good look.
Oh. I am barely conscious now. Like a strong breeze might kill me.
All right, let me hold on. Parallaxes, just hold on a sec. How you feeling, buddies?
Can the other head talk, or is it just like,
One of them can talk just fine. The other one is having some breathing problems.
All right, you got 3 successes. So I guess that's
3 lethal wounds. So all that damage that you just took, you kind of like find the areas where the organs are pushing in on each other and separate that. You have saved both parallaxes.
You should call me Alice.
Victoria, what is Ethyl doing as all of this is happening?
I was going, now it feels less important. I was going to see if I could try to use the decay object spell to destroy the armor. But now that Parallax looks like Zaphoid Beetlebox, maybe that's not the most important thing. But I'll still try.
Oh, it's still important.
Yeah, you can definitely roll Death plus Gnosis.
Okay.
In the realm of spirits, there is a scream from some of the witches as the night pushes back against their magic and damages their corpus. One of the spirits of Salem that has spoken with you previously, Hah-nah, comes up to you and says, "We cannot hold him forever. He's powered by dark magic, dark gods."
What do you think we can do?
With 7 successes, what happens with that death spell is that this armor does not destroy, but it does phase out of this reality. All of the pieces in front of Charlotte become ephemera. You have deleted them from the world of the living and sent them into the realm of the dead.
Altogether?
Altogether.
Wasn't there one that fell down the stairs?
Oh, there's several that fell down the stairs, so about half the armor is still here in the
Nice.
Fey world.
Perfect. They're separated. Let's go.
I'm a little afraid I might just give him that half back to the night, but we can still outrun him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Salem says that they can't hold him off for much longer.
Its strength restores every moment. No matter what we do to it, it just keeps coming back.
Can you tell where the source of his power is coming from? Is it from inside of him or from somewhere else?
it is from itself. It's some sort of boon that it has, perhaps only here, when I am in my right territory. I too regain powers, and I too would become immortal. I am vulnerable here, however, and cannot stay much longer.
Okay, thank you for your help. Guys, we should book it, and also maybe he'll be less vulnerable. Will be more vulnerable outside of Feyland.
Let's go.
Where he is.
I'm gonna help Parallax
Yep.
across.
Okay. Yeah, it's tough. It's a pretty skinny walkway. Parallax is not really ready to do any walking. Parallax, you take a beat because of your conditions.
Can I help him with like making the gravity underneath him a lot less, so he kind of can like just very easily, I can very easily lift him through?
Yeah, you could use a gravity spell to like be able to carry him with one hand if you do it well enough.
Yeah.
You'll have to roll pretty well. Roll forces gnosis.
Parallax has other limbs here.
They are.
I feel like we should.
Except there's only one of each. One right arm and one right leg. And one sword.
I'll collect the limbs. Ethel, will you take the sword?
As long as I don't have to touch the limbs.
How much did it cost you, Parallax? Sorry. I got
It's
him.
gonna give you like this huge glare. I'm not gonna say anything, but
Yeah, I got 4 successes.
All right. With 4 successes, you do it. You'll only be taking a -1 penalty to your dexterity plus athletics.
Okay.
But everyone should roll dexterity plus athletics, in fact, as you navigate this invisible walkway over unspeakable doom far below.
Can I roll an extra dice if I use my shovel to balance?
You can. And
Good
anyone
job.
who still has willpower can roll an extra 3 dice by spending a willpower.
Do I have to decide that before I roll, or can I fail and then decide to expend a willpower?
You should spend it now if you'd like to.
Okay, I'm gonna try the 6 first.
Okay.
Yeah, I got 1 success.
4 successes. All right, Mona, you're going first, carrying the parallaxes. And even with your penalty, you're doing it. You are moving at a considerable speed, motivated by there's a black knight, and you got to save your friends. And you're doing it. You've gotten over. 1 success for Hah-nah, who goes next. Then the Ermengardes only get 1 success together. So, Hah-nah, you can't move very quickly because you can't sense where this thing is. At one point, you almost take a wrong step, and one of the Ermengardes goes to help you and catch you, but then they almost fall, and it's a whole thing. And by the time you've gotten about a quarter of the way out, Mona has crossed all the way to the other side.
Can I turn around to help them? I would like to cast a forces to turn part of my shirt into like dust and then blow it over so it rests on the invisible walkway.
All right, I'm gonna propose a different spell because you could do that. It's just that it's not a significant amount of dust for the almost 70 feet that this long pathway is. But what you could do instead is you could use your mastery of light to make it visible. You could make it look like anything you want to. Prime magic controls illusions, and you could anti-illusion this in the way that you just make it appear for them.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, yeah, forces plus gnosis, but The other two of you still out on that bridge, you notice that Alora is also in that slow party walking along with you, balanced right behind Ermengarde. Yeah, with 3 successes, you do it, and it lights up. What does it look like when you...
It looks like the aisles of a movie theater, so you know where to walk.
So there's like little blinking lights on the sides of this invisible pathway.
Yeah.
And yeah, you start moving. I do want you to roll one more time dexterity athletics, but it's factored in that you've got these guiding lights now.
2.
All right, moving pretty quickly. You get to about the middle of the bridge when... Nice. Oh, you all succeed pretty handily, and you've gotten most of the way. All of you are at the middle of the bridge when a dark figure appears at the other end. It's, of course, the Black Knight, but they're different now because half of their armor isn't on their body. It is instead on their shadowy form. There was armor that was sent into the ghost realm, and that armor did not return here. It's just being worn by the ghost version of the knight, which means that they are a lot more visible, and you can see that their shadowy form is mostly darkness, but where the helmet has gone missing, they have a face, a man's face, pale skin, burned and deformed, as if he had been caught in a fire, with long, black, curly hair. Also, he doesn't look very nice.
Great.
Keep moving.
The knight's behind you! Run!
I'm trying to remember if Howl from the Beyond did not work.
So you can all move down the ledge if you would like. With your successes, you can just keep going and reach the end. You won't need to roll again unless you want to go extra fast.
Extra fast, but so it looked like putting the armor into the ghost realm was a good thing because it's not here, or is it a bad thing because it's extra here? I think I'm just confused as to what.
Now the armor is ghostly, so you can see through it. It's not physically present, protecting its body. Unclear how good it is, but it is not stopping axes, for instance, or stopping lightsabers.
Oh, I was gonna ask if the lightsaber was.
It couldn't go through the sword, but it can go through spirits and maybe ghosts. So
Yeah,
if he's non-corporeal, it might.
Yeah, it can cut through levels of twilight.
Did I hear that you want to duel the Black Knight on the ledge?
Not on the ledge. Not on the ledge, though.
So Star Wars.
I'm gonna get hustled to the other end first.
Yeah, let's just
defensive stance.
Well, I think if we keep going, we'll travel further through time, and probably be able to put it like another distance between us.
He's really fast. And he can levitate. He can get over this bridge really fast. So if we fall off the bridge, we fall. He won't. I think we should get across the bridge as fast as possible.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right. Ooh. At 3 successes getting across that bridge.
Hannah, very, very motivated. You have definitely crossed the bridge the entire way. Parallax, on the other side, what are you doing as all this is happening?
I'm going to, actually, I can't even cast any spells, so I'm out of mana. I guess I'm going to just do nothing. I guess Mona's sort of taking charge and getting me across, and I'm just going to urge everyone along. It's like, let's get out of here ASAP. All
right, so Hannah, you get across the bridge, followed closely by Ethels and Alora. but the Black Knight is moving rapidly across that bridge like lightning fast. The axes are hanging above the bridge, frozen at the tops of their arcs, so there's nothing to impede him.
Oh, make them go.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, can I let them go again once we're by?
Yes, I would say that you can. You can drop that fate spell that you used to freeze them, and then they immediately swing out. The knight has already moved past most of them, but the ones that they haven't moved past, in fact, would you roll your fate gnosis to time the swing of the axe?
I was gonna say, can I make them go faster? But that works.
Ooh, yeah, you can also make them go faster. But I'm going to say, based on what you roll here, is like, as you are releasing them, exactly how precise in fate do you go? Because you're essentially willing that these axes hit or impede the knight? Or what do you declare in high speech?
Yeah, that they hit the knight, and it's ideally hurt him and knock him down into the pit.
Yeah. So that's fate gnosis for sure.
I'm going to stand right at the edge of the bridge, wait, like in case he gets close by. But in preparation, I'm going to use my supreme honing.
Excellent.
Roads.
Yeah, with that, so as the knight is coming towards, the second to last axe smashes into him with a huge amount of force that sends a part of its essence like off, and it dissolves again. That was quite a hit that you scored with that axe. You timed it exactly right, and now the armor is directly underneath where the axe is swinging, so every time he tries to reform, he'll have to dodge that axe again.
I got 6 successes on my supreme honing.
Wow. You are real buff, or
And
however
I've
you...
got strength and can I go above the meter?
You can. It would be
Right.
superhuman to do that.
So if I split them between strength and dexterity, I'm going to be at strength 6 and dexterity 5.
Wow.
Cool. I'm ready for battle.
All right. Well, the Black Knight is once again temporarily defeated as Ethel's axe has smashed him up real good.
He's going to come back though.
Yeah, but like, there's no way to defeat him.
No, we should stop talking about it. Just keep going.
Got some essence eroded. That's a good thing. I'm going to pick up Parallax like he weighs nothing, throw him over my shoulder, and we should go.
He doesn't weigh anything.
The pathway in front of you had just been like black, completely empty. But as you turn to leave, what are you thinking about, Hah-nah?
I was thinking about getting ready for battle against the Black Knight, and when I was actually thinking about like King Arthur and Sword of the Stone and trying to think of like what high speech saying I could get from Arthurian legend to make something work, but that's what I've been thinking about. Because we know that he's Mordred.
The passageway in front of you is that of a castle.
Cool.
And
What kind of castle?
It looks old, but the masonry is different than had been previous in the stairway or the snake tunnel. So looks kind of like gray stone. And as you step into it, there's a strange twisting feeling, and you can see outside the window that there is nothingness, a void of everything. Except in the distance, a shape. As you step on, though, Parallax, what are you thinking?
Do I see anything different with the time setup?
So you do, in the way that as you are stepping forward, time is still part of this giant thick loop, and you feel as though you are still inside the snake. The step from one to another does definitely have a marked change in time, where before time was sort of flowing by more freely, it feels like you've gotten to a beach and you had just been in the ocean being swept about by the waves. Now you've washed ashore, or at least that's what you feel.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna suggest we keep charging forward into the void. And
Yeah, but what are you thinking?
what am I thinking? I'm thinking I'm a grotesque being that's more merged with another. I'm focused on the fact that I'm merged with another version of myself right now,
Okay.
and I think I'm basically, yeah, hyper fixated on that.
As you are looking at that shape in the distance, Hah-nah, you suddenly see that bodies start appearing, coming closer and closer and closer to you. Waves and waves of bodies, deformed, connected. It's a host of parallaxes, all merged into one.
A parallax? Parallax? What did you do?
Can I start? So when I notice that, can I start thinking of other things? Like I'll think of Allura real quick.
Okay. Yeah, you start thinking of Allura really quick. Allura is standing in the hallway with the Ethyls and Mona, who are you also stepping into this new passage? And what are you thinking as you step into the passageway?
I mean, the Ethels are thinking that it feels like they just played a video game with a cheat code.
Yeah, so as you've stepped into this hallway, you kind of see that as your reality. It looks like a castle, but it looks like a video game. And it looks like there are all of these multi-limbed monster parallaxes spawning, and there's like a little spawn noise to you almost as they do. In fact, there's a little spawn noise for everyone. And Mona, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking about our kidnapped Ethel in some sort of contraption, and I'm hoping that the next place we go to, she's there so we can save her. I'm also thinking about like a tunnel through time and like where it's gonna take us. Hopefully it like the machine wants us to get to a certain place where we can fix it.
Yeah. So you're stepping into this hallway. Are you reacting to the parallaxes spawning outside the castle, or are you just running down this hallway?
I'm cautiously walking, very like maybe half jogging, half fast walking down because I want to get some distance from the night.
Yeah, as you are hurriedly moving through the castle, you see a turn to the right. And inside that turn, there's an empty iron maiden. It's a suit of armor with spikes. Some of them have dried blood upon them. And Allura steps in to follow you, and as Allura is stepping in to follow you, the walls of the castle wink out of reality, as does the Iron Maiden, the spawning parallaxes, whatever that shape is that you saw in the distance. And you're standing in a vast expanse of white. Then, off to one side, you hear a voice. A man is standing just off to the side in flowing robes made of blue, the same near transparent blue as their skin, their eyes, and what little hair they have remaining on their head. The figure says, "I am as Criterion." And the words echo through this area. You recognize them not as English, but as some archaic form of high speech. This man just spoke in concepts.
Do I recognize as Rytarian?
Criterion is what they said. And you have an intelligence of 4 dots. You would know that criterion is the singular of criteria, conditions that need to be met.
Oh, great. I respond in my newer version of high speech.
Demonstrate.
What would you like?
Yes. Desire. Demonstrate.
Okay. I'm going to cast.
I'll actually test spell myself and cast like a simple one. I'll do like choose thread, and so much as how it connects between me and the rest of the cabal, and sort of demonstrate time magic in that sense.
So you want to take the thread that connects you to each of the cabal members and strengthen it?
Sure. Yeah. I basically just want to gesture that it's there and be like, yeah, it's time magic. Hey, cool. And see how he reacts.
And the spell that you cast, Mona?
Interconnections.
You see the connections between you and Parallax being strengthened. Parallax is strengthening the connections between all of you. And the figure says, a collective.
Affirmative.
Demonstrate.
Ooh, okay, everyone hold hands. We're gonna cast a really cool spell together.
Alora says, do I hold hands?
Sure. You married Parallax? Why not? I mean, yes, welcome to the family. We love you.
All right, you've gathered together and joined hands. It's a little awkward with Parallax.
Which hand?
2 hands.
Oh.
I take offense.
What's
all
a
right,
cool
now-
spell we can all cast like intertwined together?
I think we all have fate, right? So we could collectively do a low level fate spell like exceptional luck. Would be super lucky. Or we could create a warding gesture, protect ourselves from things. Or Fool's Russian, that'd be great because it's us. We're running into stuff, we have no idea what's going on.
That would be great. Let's do that one.
Cool.
Actually, yeah.
All right.
That's like our MO.
It sounds like a fate gnosis roll from each of you.
Great. Two.
5.
Wow. So you come together and you feel harmony, a power between you all. And as you are casting this spell, threads begin to physically form in front of you. 3's good too. It's like a bunch of string is knitting together in front of you, forming an intricate, almost Celtic knot with 6 points, one for each of you, including Alora as well. And both Ethyls, though there is only one line to both parallaxes. And the whatever is happening seems to has formed essentially a tablecloth which falls down before you onto a small round table that was not there in front of you a moment ago.
It's beautiful. What color is it?
What color is it?
Gold.
Yes, all the lines that go through it are shimmering like gold now that you think about it. But underneath it, there are shifting hues. The fabric seems to be changing color.
Yes. Gold and rainbow.
Could you also explain how Fool's Russian works? Because I don't understand the description.
Could I?
We get a dice bonus equal to potency. So is that like what we each rolled, or like what we all rolled collectively? We get to
It's going to be what you each rolled added together. So it's going to be a 3 plus 2 plus 5. And Parallax, did you roll?
It was 5.
Oh, you also got 5. Okay. So 3 plus 2. So it's 15 dice. You gain a dice bonus equal to 15 on 15 dice rolls.
Wow.
That's right.
Does that mean we gain back some mana or willpower?
I do think that with 15 total successes on that roll, you will be getting a huge bonus to a bunch of rolls in this scene because it's only going to last for a couple rounds right now. But you also all regain a mana as you feel your connection strengthened.
All right. So this is used when we don't think about what we're doing and just do the thing.
What is the title of your collective? What is the title of your collective?
Have we come up with a cabal name yet?
It should be the Fools.
The Fools. That's appropriate. What do you think, Ethel?
Like the tarot card,
Yeah.
plural.
Go ahead. Tell him, Hannah.
Collective Fools logged. You may begin. And the spirit, or whatever it is, disappears into the floor, leaving you in this white expanse. If someone wanted to, they could roll some sort of roll to understand this world. And I hear that it might have a 15 die bonus.
Supernal vision?
Yes,
So I add 15 now?
you add 15 dice.
Okay. One moment.
All right. Wild.
And Charlotte rolls 1 dice 15 times. Plus prime plus gnosis.
Wow. So that table and tablecloth is still there?
Tablecloth is still there.
Okay, I'm going to go up to it and put my hand on the table.
Yeah. What does it feel like?
Like silk, but like with very, very tiny textured threads through it. They're
Yeah. It's
moving
very
like they're shimmering.
delicate and
Yeah.
refined. And whatever it's on is a hard surface underneath. Mona, as you look at this thing, you understand it. It's just somehow when whatever this is, it just clicks with you.
I love understanding how things work. That's one of my obsessions.
Sounds like you take a beat. That's right. So this is like a reality program in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And you are in developer mode.
Mm-hmm.
You can conjure and create anything that you would like here.
But is it real?
It is, for all intents and purposes, if you're looking at the table correctly, made of matter. Looking at this scenario, you can see that there are threads connecting the magic of the table to the magic of the space that you are in. They are being threaded through you with some sort of mind magic. Mind magic is picking up on your thoughts and creating, at this moment, matter in front of you.
It's like a replicator room. Cool. Okay, you guys, get thinking. We can make whatever we want.
Can we fix Parallax?
Yes, I imagine Parallax's body fixing itself.
Ooh, splitting into two.
Ooh, yeah, 2 Parallaxes. That'd be great. 2's better than 1. Actually, no, there's like so many. That's probably not.
Here's the arm and the leg. Here, Parallax. Let me just
Imagine this working.
take one on one side.
Yeah, you imagine this thing happening to Parallax, but it doesn't immediately happen. You think that Parallax is not part of the program, in fact. You are outside forces. It doesn't seem to rewrite reality for things that are outside the program.
I would like to imagine another lightsaber.
Yeah, a lightsaber appears in your hand.
Ooh.
Oh man, I wonder if we could imagine something that would contain the Black Knight, like a genie. Like a magic lamp, but like a reverse magic lamp.
Yes. That's a great idea.
So I'm going to think about like one of those little electric tiny vacuum cleaners.
Mm-hmm.
I will add to your...
That soaks up like ghosts and spirits.
Like a Ghostbusters vacuum. I add to your thoughts and try to also include my own mind building into that.
Yeah, you have what looks like a Ghostbusters vacuum now.
Excellent. I'm putting that in my inventory. Ghostbuster mini devil, dust devil. Ghostbuster dust devil.
Oh, and I'm adding lightsaber. Ethyl, you can do whatever you want. Go for it.
The first thought I have, of course, for Ethyl is just to have a better outfit to wear.
I knew it. To do clothes.
Do both Ethyls design the same outfit for themselves, or do they design radically different outfits?
Oh my God. Wait, I'm going to roll. Even no. Yeah, no, they imagine they're the same person. They think they have picked radically different outfits, and then they turn around and they're just like, I look amazing. I also want a small jar. Okay.
Yeah, that happens.
Cool.
Parallax, you want some prosthetics for now?
I'm actually
I
going.
have some arms. Could I like just mend them on?
I'm actually thinking about thinking of a really expensive high-end life potion that could perhaps bring me back to my original form.
Yeah, you imagine it, and what appears to be a potion forms in front of you.
Yeah, I'm drinking it.
No, it's probably made out of lobsters or starfish because they can regrow limbs really easily.
So as you drink it, you do regain health, actually, but it does not unmerge your body.
But does it
grow your
taste
limbs.
fishy?
However, it would be a process, but you could do it, Hannah. You could unmesh these two.
Okay. Ooh, can I imagine the proper tools, like surgeon tools?
Just like a little table appears with a bunch of surgeon's tools.
Yep, and like the little table and the big light. And now I turn around and I've got the mask and the outfit and the gloves.
Alora says, can we imagine someplace nicer than this? Looking around the operating room.
Of
It's
course
very
you
nice
can.
operating room.
Go ahead, Alora. You can do it.
I can't, she says. I've been trying, just like you've been doing it, but nothing happened.
Ooh, mage brains.
I'll imagine us to be in like a beautiful garden with statues and a bubbling fountain of like fish with water coming out and flowers everywhere and vines and some benches and like a mosaic in the middle. Like a, yeah,
That happens.
excellent.
The surgery
also put an
table looks a
operating
little bit out of place.
All right, Parallax, I know how to do this. Here, let me help you onto the table.
You couldn't think of anything more high tech than this? How about like a surgical table from like Star Trek or Star Wars or something?
I'm going to use magic. And I'm going to use the operating tools and my life magic and my 15 dice bonus and go for it.
Yeah, you can do it as an extended action, or you can do it as instantaneous, but it'll be overreach.
So extended, how long would it be?
I think it's only a half an hour at your current gnosis.
Okay, if you guys don't mind waiting for half an hour.
Yeah, that's fine. With my prime spell, do I know where we are? I would like to know which supernal world we're in.
That is unclear to you. You've never been in a supernal world besides for the Fae. You would say that you are not in the Fae. It's got different properties. It's got too much order here.
Are there any ley lines?
No. But there is mana. The whole place seems to be made of mana.
Can I take some?
Yes.
All right,
Prime
I'm
gnosis. And
Prime
you get that
gnosis?
much mana.
Plus 15?
No, that time period has passed.
Dang.
Also, it turns out it doesn't apply to spell rolls.
Successes.
Okay, describe how you untangle the parallaxes and what's left afterwards.
All right, so current parallax has 2 heads, 1 torso, but double the organs, 4 arms, but all on one side, and 2 of the same legs all on one side, 2 left legs.
Yeah.
So there's not enough arms. There's not enough legs to go around. But I used the spare arms and the spare legs. And I kind of take the giant surgeon's saw, but use life magic so you don't feel anything and there's no actual damage, and just kind of like start cutting down the middle. So I cut you in half, like lengthwise magician table. And then I start just taking limbs, and it's kind of like Mr. Potato Head, sticking them in the right spot.
You should keep the
One of you has all arms and legs, and one of you is still missing a leg because there isn't an extra one.
Also, one of them cast a terrifying time spell. And Trevor, would you roll a 3 dice wisdom roll for that one?
So I'm pretty sure my wisdom only allows me to roll 1 dice.
Oh, then just roll 1 die.
So, I rolled an 8.
Okay, that's actually, it's pretty good in this case. The one who cast that spell realizes that it was an act of hubris to do so, and dangerous. Also, that one gains a beat. Now you get to keep 2 character sheets.
Oh man. One of them has only 2 appendages. Okay.
I don't know. One of them has 3 appendages. It's just there weren't enough extra legs, and I didn't think about growing anyone. That seemed like a
Oh,
separate
man.
spell.
Definitely
Well,
gonna have
thank
to
you
put.
for. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to put the body horror warning on this video.
While
Yeah.
all right. While Hannah was doing that, if we had a half an hour, the Ethels were going to imagine 2 hammocks. Actually, in one very small one, I could put Byron's skull in, and then 2 glasses of champagne. So we assume this replicator doesn't check for ID, and like are just like laying in the hammocks, finally enjoying a little relaxation, well deserved after all of this. Oh, and earplugs in case the whole splitting thing is like loud and upsetting.
Yeah,
Nice.
bones breaking and stuff.
All of that totally happens.
I rolled 1 to get mana.
Yeah, you get a point of mana, but you can keep rolling if you take more time to do it.
How much time does it take for 1 try?
So you probably didn't take that long, just like a couple of rounds to do the first attempt. So you got a half an hour. You could definitely do it a bunch more.
Okay, I'm
That's
gonna do it
what
again.
You are interested in, yeah.
And I'm going to think of some very high-tech prosthetic robot leg and hand it to Parallax.
So as you do that, roll me an intelligence plus crafts check.
So I actually wanted to ask, go to Laura and ask her what she was thinking about wishing for.
She probably isn't in the surgery room at the moment. And with 2 successes, they're not that advanced because your character just can't conceptualize of something that advanced. Hannah hasn't really been around any kind of modern communication for a while. So it's a hand that can like open and close its fingers. It's super advanced. And yeah, Alora, if you get up from the bench and you go looking for her.
Yeah, I'll go looking.
Alora is just sitting amongst some flowers and looks up at you as you come over. The 2 of you?
No, I think missing a limb of Parallax is going to be hanging out in the surgical room with Hannah trying to get the prosthetic. Well, full Parallax is going to go to Alora. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, she looks up at you.
Yeah, and I'll ask her if what she was trying to think of or wish for before we came here.
I wanted powers, like you.
Well then, I imagine I know how to awaken somebody.
Every awakening is different. There is no one formula to awaken a person. People go through mystery plays. Some of them never awaken. Some go insane. The thing that awakened you was a series of sleepless nights trapped between 3 mirrors.
Perhaps it can be done, but I would have to fathom a way to make it so. But I can't guarantee that'll happen. But I can certainly try.
As you are drawing power out of the machine, Mona, there is a power fluctuation that you notice that passes through it as if a huge amount of energy is being used.
Is that energy, did it start when we started imagining things?
It just happened halfway through.
Okay. I tried 2 more times and I refilled my mana.
I'll allow it.
Okay. Like it just started halfway. Did anything particularly happen as soon as it happened?
You weren't in the operating room. You were kind of near the Ethyls, and nothing seemed to be happening where you were. You feel like you could follow it with a roll.
Yes, please. Prime Gnosis?
Yes.
6.
Okay. And you follow it with the cross, and the cross moves across the whiteness on the edge of this nice garden.
My eyes are closed, and it's like one of those water sticks, but a cross.
Okay.
And I'm following it.
Are you walking too?
Yes, I'm following where it's taking me.
Okay.
Maybe my eyes are open, but yes, I'm following it.
Okay. You open your eyes as you feel your foot step onto something harder than just the garden dirt. And you look out at the vast white expanse in front of you, and you see that there's something in that direction that you were walking. A triangular shape just on the edge of your vision. No, not triangular. Boxes stacked upon each other. A ziggurat.
Who here's imagining the ziggurat, you guys?
It's at this point that Hah-nah and the Parallaxes have emerged from the surgery theater.
My job here is done. Look, ta-da! 1.5 parallaxes.
Well done. But
Where are we
also,
supposed to go from here?
I point to the pile of boxes.
As Mona is pointing to this thing, you all see it for the first time. Though, Hah-nah, you feel like you saw it outside the castle window for a moment. There's a chill that runs through your spine. You recognize it. Everyone except for Ethyls. And Ethyls, are you looking at the boxes, or are you hanging out in the hammock?
Ethyls were in hammocks with earplugs, and by this point also cucumbers on their eyes. So it has just gotten like worse the longer they've been left.
Hah-nah, Parallax, and Mona then stand apart, looking across the vast whiteness at the ziggurat.
Can I? So that's what's causing all this energy surge. I would like to see if I can undo it with supernal dispellation as one of my praxes.
You know that you don't have the strength to dispel whatever magic is creating these objects. This Imaginarium is far beyond you in power.
Okay, so is there someone else in here with us?
Definitely could be possible.
Okay. I'm gonna grab that tablecloth,
What's underneath?
the table.
Yep.
So someone has to be thinking of that ziggurat?
Yeah, I mean, it's just appeared. Wasn't any of us.
In the back of your head, you hear a little voice, Mona, say, "Wasn't it?"
Hey, were you listening to my phone calls?
Mona says out loud.
No.
Do I recognize the voice?
Sounded like your voice.
Someone's talking to me in my head. Oh, Hah-nah, check my brain.
All right. Yeah.
Find out who was just talking to me in my head.
And it's mana. I'm gonna have to get more mana from this room afterwards.
Ooh, I'll give you some. I'll give you 4 of my mana.
Wow. Thanks. Yeah, I'll definitely check your brain.
Okay.
1, 2. All right. That is 2 successes.
You look inside Mona's mind, and you see that there's something there. Something dark. Do you follow it?
Just take it out. Don't look too close to it.
You don't think you're strong enough to take it out.
I'm gonna figure out what it is.
Oh, don't. Oh, don't.
What's in your head?
It's, this whole...
As you are looking at it,
Dang.
you are standing in a gallery, Mona. And Hah-nah, you're there too. But Mona, you don't see Hah-nah. In the gallery, there are all sorts of meep morps. They're not precisely art. They're kind of art if it was made by a serial killer, maybe. It looks as though there are shrines to like a hotel, people in masks. There are people crouched in the corners of this room, wearing chains around their necks like dogs. Their hair has fallen out, and their teeth are sharpened to points. As you are standing in this room, a shadowy figure coalesces in the center of the gallery. You are deep inside the ziggurat.
Do I recognize the shadowy figure?
It looks very similar to the shadowy figure that you saw when you destroyed the other Parallax.
I'm gonna say... You're gonna lose.
I've already won, it says, pacing around you.
Hannah's
Well, you know that the God machine won't allow it, and it will just suck up anything that's out of place, me included, but you all as well.
I'm running an experiment, the same experiment I've been running since the dawn of time. How far is too far? When will it all begin again? When will the slate be wiped clean? And what will be there when it is? Have you ever wondered what the machine is built upon?
No, but you won't be there because you're messing up the machine, and it'll just get rid of anything that's gunking up its gears. And you're gunk.
Am what the machine is built upon.
No, you're not.
So are you, in a way. And it takes a step towards you.
I take a step back.
Your back hurts. Hah-nah, do you push further into this memory?
Yeah, but more as a way to get out, like push through.
Okay. You can feel a tension as the scene slows down, and Mona, you are no longer there as that creature moves forward into and at Mona and begins ripping her apart. And then you return back to the edge of reality.
Mona? What? Were you destroyed? What? Where was that gallery? Where was that?
The garden begins to change as you think about the gallery. The nice art the statuaries shift into piles of inhuman skulls and other various decorations that you wouldn't want at a garden party.
Good thing Ethel's not looking. Can I make the mosaic in the middle turn into like a tube slide to leave?
Yes.
That's what I'm gonna do, and I'm going to pull on Ethel's arm like, we got to go.
All right, Monty, you're gonna have to explain later, and I go over to get Parallax and Allura. Parallax and Allura.
Ethel, as you take off the cucumbers, the sky is much redder than it was before, and bolts of lightning sparkle through it. The mosaic in the center of the garden is now a tube slide, and there's piles of skulls.
I want to find out how things work, though. What did he mean when he said that the God machine was built upon it?
Where was that? That was a memory? Like, where were you?
Yeah, that's just a different timeline where Parallax is all evil. I glare at Parallax.
Is that really another timeline, though?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
man.
in your head. It's the same head.
It's all folded on each other. It's messed up.
Parallax.
Did you forget about the dead wrens?
Parallax, give me a intelligence occult check. That's something you're pretty good at.
I imagine these 3 parties signed agreement to peek at who was the third party.
Just like with Hah-nah imagining a prosthetic limb, the limitations are your imagination. So, while you can imagine it, it won't be the true concordant.
Okay.
I got 2 successes on that roll.
With 2 successes, you think that it might have been another timeline, but you think that it's more than that. You think it's got something to do with your memories of it. It's like an infection that started in another timeline and has spread through your thoughts. And your thoughts are connected to a machine that can make anything right now.
Can I imagine the infection in my brain going away?
Just like imagining Parallax separated, you can't change yourself. The program isn't designed to delete users.
We have to go.
Go.
Down the slide?
Yep.
Yeah.
Before we leave, I'm going to imagine a second sword to give to other Parallax.
Yeah,
So now we have a sword each.
it happens. He has
And
another
I'll-
sword.
I'll imagine a sandwich.
That happens. What kind of sandwich is it?
Oh man, it's thick whole wheat bread with a layer of mayo, little bit of Dijon mustard, some cornichons sliced on it, some
No.
lettuce, some tomato, some not goat cheese, some good melted cheese that's what's some good not goat cheese. I keep saying goat cheese. What's some good cheese that like melts really easily, Caity?
Like a Munster?
No.
All right, it's got some
Yeah.
cheese on the sandwich.
It's got some good cheese and then like some sort of like pickled relish. Ugh, it's so good. And maybe like sprinkled on top some balsamic vinaigrette with a little bit of olive oil.
That's what happens.
Mm,
Um,
so good.
grabbing the sandwich, do you leap into the tube first?
Yeah.
Okay. Parallax, the other Parallax who gets that sword, however, does not gain a bonus to fate magic when holding it.
Okay.
Everyone leaps into the tunnel, and Mona, where is the tunnel going?
It's going to wherever our lost Ethyl is.
So once again, the limits are your imagination, but where it takes you is where you are imagining Ethyl to be.
Oh, how do we get out of here? If
And
it's
so you arrive in what looks like a torture chamber with that Iron Maiden that you saw before. It's not the best thing to end up at the end of a fun slide. And as you all depart from the Technicolors, you find yourself in this grim reminder of reality.
Is this the exit?
I think we're still in replicator mode.
As you think about the exit, though, a sign appears. It says exit, but it's in high speech, so it's just a bunch of symbols flashing in red.
That's it.
I take the tablecloth and like wrap it around my neck so it kind of looks like a cape.
That happens.
Onwards. Tablecloth cape in my inventory.
Yeah. And you walk out of the room and towards the exit. The exit is a door. Hannah, what kind of door is it?
It's a very bright kind of cornflower blue wooden door, and it's got the little tiny windows at the top with curtains, like you see going into a really cute cottage.
That is precisely what it looks like. And the exit arrow points directly towards it. The walls kind of disappear as you walk towards it. And so that it's just standing in the middle of whiteness. Looking out from this place, you can tell that there are distinct locations in the distance. The ziggurat still stands. And there's another series of what looks like buildings, almost university buildings. Do you open the door?
Can I just survey if there are any other life signs in the plane?
Your life sight can't go that far, but if you had space magic, you'd be able to cast a massive life spell. For example, if you worked with Parallax, taking his hand.
All right, Parallax. Let's see if there's anybody else here before we go, because there's some buildings that I am definitely not thinking about.
All right, sure.
Just
Do I
to-
recognize those buildings by chance? Or
There is something familiar about them, but you can't pin it down. They look kind of like the buildings from Boston University where you used to work. They also kind of look like some of the buildings from New York where you had just been living. And there's other buildings there that are similar to the town where you grew up.
Parallax, are you controlling the other Parallax? I mean, Trevor, are you controlling both Parallaxes? Or just you?
yes, yeah, I'm controlling both of them.
Just want to make sure that it's not the other Parallax that's thinking of all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It could also be another one of me doing this again.
Can I imagine a new Betsy?
Yeah, that happens. Betsy appears.
Yeah, Finnegan, this is for you. I hop in and rev the engine.
I got 3 successes on my half of the spell.
Parallax cast a space spell.
Yep. One sec. I only got 1 success on that.
All right. So you can't see that far, but you can see that there is life coming from that set of buildings. Several life forms. Do you also look at the ziggurat?
Yes.
There is a life form at the ziggurat. One singular, sprawling life form. Doesn't seem to be human.
So there's some life forms, some lives over in that weird city place, but there's a really big, not human life form at that ziggurat over there. Which is weird because it's like replicator space inside of a snake tunnel. And there's a weird, definitely not, I don't understand how this space works. I'm not sure if I want to investigate that, but it sounds bad.
You don't. And it doesn't belong here. You don't exist, I yell in that direction.
Storm clouds boom out thunderously overhead as you call out towards it.
Well, I have control on weather, so I send those over and would
Rain
have
on their parade.
to blow it away.
Yeah, massive storms start being conjured through this space. Roll forces plus gnosis as you thrust storms down upon the ziggurat.
Guess I'm just not sure. No, if the ziggurat and whatever is growing there is like a cancer, do we avoid it, or is that where we fix it and get rid of it?
2 successes. It's more like, it's not like a cancer. It's more like, you know, like if you believe in fairies, they'll exist, but if you don't, they'll all die. It's more like that kind of situation.
I mean, I guess so. I didn't think you could create life here, though.
That life form begins to move as the thunderstorms hit it, writhing a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't like that thunder. I don't think it's a type of mage I don't think it's made here. I think it is. I'm not sure. It doesn't like those storms. It's not a happy thing.
I'm going to imagine a giant mountain falling on that creature.
Yeah.
And the ziggurat.
Huh?
And the ziggurat, like all of it encompassing just a mountain just falling on it.
Yeah. There's and a huge mountain appears shadowing the ziggurat. It falls down onto it, and just before it crushes it, just before it hits the top, the whole mountain freezes in midair.
I push it down.
It stays up. Something starts walking towards you from the ziggurat. It's a distance away, but you recognize it. It's Parallax. Parallax is walking towards you.
More like evil Parallax.
I think
Doesn't have a shaved head. They're dressed in a suit nicer than the one. Well, I suppose that our Parallaxes have fixed their clothing, made it look nice again. And this Parallax is still a distance away. They just look like another Parallax.
Would my telekinetic strike hit it? Is it too far away?
You could try to hit it with a telekinetic strike.
3.
Yeah, you wind up and punch through the forces of reality right into their face, which kind of like from a distance away, you can see the hit land. They turn back towards you and draw like this, a black crack begins to open in reality near you.
I cast Seal Rift.
Yep.
That's a rote. Prime.
What's everyone else doing?
I didn't know Parallax, you could break reality.
Neither did I.
I'm going to put up my life shield, and I guess I'm still really buff.
Yeah, you're sealing that rift as it is forming.
While I do it, oh, go ahead.
Do we want to face this Parallax? Because we could leave.
I just don't know how to leave this place.
There's a
There
door.
was an exit door.
Oh,
We didn't go through it because there was a cigarette and there's life forms, and then we dropped a mountain on it, and then they got mad and sent out a Parallax, and
yeah,
it's
let's
not
leave.
Is it the same? Did the life form leave the ziggurat, or is this just another life form?
As you're looking at that parallax, they're not alive.
Parallax? This Parallax isn't alive.
It sounds like a thing that Ethyl should be able to handle real well.
Is it a ghost? Does it look like a ghost?
It does not. It looks like a corpse as it gets closer to you. Something, not a ghost, is moving the corpse like a puppet. Closer and closer to the party.
Let's leave.
I don't like this. Maybe it just wants to talk.
Right after trying to shatter the rift.
Maybe we could. Okay, something's controlling it. I wonder if I did a mind scan on it, it would let me read the mind of the thing controlling it.
You might get brain cancer.
If it's an animated corpse, can I try to take over it instead?
Yeah. That'd be deathnosis.
Try that.
With 3 successes, you can feel something else more powerful holding sway over this body. And as you try to command it, it's like your force is being pushed against by another force. Something that moves the limbs steadily in plodding footsteps towards you. Your mind makes it heavier as you try to enforce your own will upon it. But whatever is controlling this has some sort of strength behind it. A potent force.
I can't tell who or where it's coming from, right?
Oh, it's coming from the cigarette.
You don't see it in the realm of the dead. Is anyone using any mage sites? Which?
Prime.
Okay. You don't see it in the realm of Prime, though that rift that it was opening up, that was a rift to the abyss.
No.
I always have spirit sight on.
Not a spirit.
Mm-mm.
Can I switch and look at it through my forces sight?
With your forces sight, there's no obvious telekinesis moving this body. It's moving of its own means. And it's getting pretty close.
guys, I don't like this. I think we should go.
At any point, anyone can open that door if they would like to try.
Oh, I'm gonna drive through it.
It's not in a wall, but you're not sure if that would work.
It's like a cottage door.
It's like a cottage door.
Yeah, I'm driving Betsy.
Into the door.
Wait, don't destroy the door. We gotta open the door.
All right, I use forces to open the door. I shrink Betsy so I can drive through.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. Shrinking down Betsy, you drive through the door. Roll me a driving plus dexterity check.
Can I add something like I speak an arcane, like I speak an Atlantean and say, beep, beep.
It's not a spell, it's just an action.
All right, well then 0.
Okay, so what happens is you drive the car through the door, shrinking it down, and it night buses through. But as it comes out on the other side, it stops existing. And you fly with the velocity of a car into the objects that are in this room. What is everyone else doing?
I was going to follow Mona,
Okay.
jogging after the car.
Yeah, and absolutely, Laura is going to follow you as well. Parallax?
Yeah, I'll begrudgingly follow. Yeah, I would like to stay behind, but I can't leave the group / Alora, so I'll
there
follow.
are 2 of you.
It's true. I guess, okay. So, full Parallax is going to follow, and prosthetic Parallax is going to stay behind and confront zombie Parallax.
Okay. Yeah, you exchange a knowing look between the 2 of you. And do you shut the door behind you as you pass through?
I'm the last one to go through it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll shut the door.
Oh no.
Mona is in a pile of books. You've taken some bashing damage. The room is familiar to one of the Ethels. It has a large metal orb in the center of it. There's a passageway to the left, and a passageway to the right, and a passageway straight ahead. You've reached the intersection, the heart of the snake. You've reached the Cosmographicum. And that's where we're going to end this session.
Okay, but do I still have my sandwich?
No, you don't, because you didn't eat it back in the room.
No!
All of the cheeses, all of the sauces, they've evaporated into nothingness.
Wait, do I still have my cape?
No.
Oh.
All of it.
Oh no, my ghost book.
So sad. I should have taken a bite while I had the chance.
It seems to be holodeck rules.
Yeah.
That's good. That means the ziggurat is contained.
Yeah. That was a cool room. I like how I just argue with everyone.
Everybody gets a beat for playing. I want to give another beat to older Ethyl for figuring out the axes thing and using it so effectively against the knight. And I want to give everyone a beat, an arcane beat for that joint spell casting when you got a ridiculous number of successes, which then allowed you to figure out exactly what that room was rather than trial and error inside your own nightmares, which could have been bad.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else pursue any of their aspirations?
I did, but it didn't work out. I want to get Finnegan a new Betsy.
I'd say take a beat for it. You really tried.
Okay.
kind of an aspiration, since I'm missing one anyway, and make it so I want to help Alora awaken.
Okay, I like that. Well, that was intense. It only gets more crazy from here, but yet at the same time, man, you've done a lot of stuff now, team. You've reached the heart of the snake.
Did we do well?
I mean, you're all still alive pretty much, except for those times
And
that you
whole.
died. And whole.
Okay.
We
Roller
were
coaster of emotions.
I think you're doing great because the story is very interesting to me. And I have no idea what's going to happen next almost every single session. So
it was in the snake. Dear God, I'm so confused at all times. It was in the snake that we were in the garden that was connected to the room with the orby thing before.
yes.
Okay, cool.
And in fact, if you were mapping the snake, then you would see that there is the garden to the Fae. Then there is the gauntlet with the axes. And then there is the Imaginatorium that you just passed through. So there are 3 rooms on half of the loop before you reach the middle. There's a whole nother loop that you can go through. You think.
Caity, are you writing this all down in our notes?
Yeah, I'm so Ward Manor was Fay Garden. Interesting. Maison de
Technically,
Leon.
the Leon Manor was the Fey Garden.
Oh, okay. Then Ward Manor was the gauntlet? Or was Danvers Asylum the gauntlet? Or is it in the middle?
It's in the middle.
Okay, and then Danvers Asylum is the Imaginarium. Oh, that makes sense. Cool. And then we're in the middle would be whatever it's called, Cryptonomicon room, magic globe room.
The Cosmographicum.
The Cosmographicum is Witch Hollow Farm on the snake?
That's right. The Cosmographicum aligns with Witch Hollow Farm.
Where those 3 houses are.
That's right. You've been here in the other worlds.
Wait, and so the swords were Ward Manor?
Yes, I think that's right.
Okay.
Ward Manor is underneath the gauntlet.
Room.
Or the gauntlet is underneath Ward Manor.
I should have drawn this map so much bigger.
And also, how dare evil Parallax say that the robot god is built on him? Like, how big is your head, please?
Are you sure that was him talking, or was it someone else?
Didn't it look like him?
It looked like a shadow.
Oh. I was just arguing. Oh, I thought I was arguing with Parallax. Oh, I should have been more polite.
You were arguing with maybe the big bad of this whole game. No big deal. No big deal.
As long as I wasn't arguing with the God Machine, because I worship them. I wasn't, right?
You've never met the God Machine, but you don't think that they want to destroy everything.
Okay, good. I don't think so either.
But it does make you wonder, what is the God Machine built upon?
That's a good question.
And I leave you with that question until next week when we explore whatever is going on in Unreality. Oh yeah, let's all do, we're falling backwards into a reality pit.
No.